we utilized MobileCause last year for the first time in preparing for, during, and after our annual fundraising luncheon. Our luncheon looks, feels, smells, and tastes like most luncheon, but the best thing we did was 2 years ago when we began featuring our students, some of whom you see here in the invitation, and last year when we took full advantage of MobileCause. And I will tell you that I had no idea who MobileCause was until I attended another fundraising event and saw it in action. And everything that Corey went over as far as the thermometer, the being the example of how to use your smartphone, etc., they did it beautifully. And to say the least, I was excited about what I saw. But I want to be able to provide you with suggestions for a couple of other things. We also created a table tent to put at all of the tables. So we have this ask going up on stage. We did utilize the thermometer, and so you've got this thermometer with the funds going in. The asker, the human asker, has already kind of gone through the process. We've actually put this table tent at each place setting, at each table, and we also have it outlined in our event program. And there you go. And then you can see that last year's luncheon compared to previous years, we raised 9% more. Overall number of gifts up 28%. Pre and post event giving up 88%. Number of day of gifts 22%. 72% of all the gifts at the luncheon were new donors, which is fantastic for us. I'm sure it would be for you as well. And the number of new donors was up 49% over the previous year. Learnings and recommendations. Pre-event giving made little impact on the overall giving. And what I mean from that is that I was very concerned that a heavy push pre-lunch would impact our numbers. In other words, sort of that borrow from Peter to pay Paul type of thing, but it didn't. The numbers, overall numbers, shifted around a little bit between pre, during, and post. But as you saw from the previous slide, our giving, in terms of the number of gifts and the number of dollars, were substantial increases from the previous year. So don't freak out about your pre-lunch stuff. It's always nice to have that money in the bank as you're going into your event. The majority of gifts made via text to donate, only 12 gifts made via the hard copy pledge form. I was thrilled that we had the hard copies for those 12 people, but the number of texting was fantastic. And I checked with a variety of different people at the end. I had one person who's a vendor of ours, came up and said, "I hate the text to giving thing. I just hate it." So I was like, oh no. But then I went around and I talked to board members. I talked to, I'd say dozens of people that had attended the luncheon either that day or the day after or the weeks after, and said, "How did you like the text to give?" Loved it. And so don't be afraid by the one person. That one person does not speak for the 99% of the others who love the text to give piece. I think what that does, though, is it just backs up what I said before. People like to give in different ways. That person who complained about the text to give probably should have had a hard copy pledge form and dropped it in the mail, because everybody else seemed to like it just fine. So there were a variety of learnings and recommendations, but those were just some of the ones that kind of came to me top of mind. So thank you.